Now, when you hear psychedelic, you probably think of tie-dye shirts or the Joe Rogan podcast. But ATAI is on a mission to transform psychedelics into approved medications for depression, addiction, PTSD, and so much more. Are you ready to expand your mind? We're talking about clinically proven psychedelic compounds like psilocybin, the magical ingredient in mushrooms, or ketamine, a potent anesthetic and depression treatment. Used responsibly in medical contexts, psychedelics have shown incredible potential to improve mental health by altering brain connections and perspectives. Long before clinical trials, psychedelics had a cultural place for indigenous people around the world. Ancient societies used psychoactive plants like psilocybin mushrooms for spiritual rituals. These substances tapped into the heart of nature, unlocking states of consciousness. Now science is catching up on what shamans knew all along. But back in the 60s and 70s, psychedelic research got slapped with a bad trip when these compounds got labelled as dangerous drugs with no medical value. Today, ATAI Life Sciences is working to finally bring psychedelic medicine out of the shadows and into mainstream psychiatry, where experts agree it holds incredible promise. As investors, we can use ancient wisdom, not from shamans, but Greek philosophy, to crafting our own financial futures, and I'll show you just how later in this video. At Relic Investing, you step into the investment world with philosophical principles as a guide. Founded in 2018, ATAI just raised $225 million from investors excited about the mental health innovation psychedelics can unlock once destigmatized. ATAI isn't out there tripping, they're taking a methodical, comprehensive approaches to develop psychedelics into safe, approved treatments. Psychedelics create their effects by slipping past the brain's filters and ramping up communication between neural networks. Imagine your brain is a busy city with ideas zooming around like cars. Psychedelics act like traffic controllers, rerouting connections and allowing ideas to flow more freely. This temporary flexibility can dislodge entrenched thought patterns behind disorders and traumas. This company has built up a diverse psychedelic pipeline, with over a dozen programs targeting different indications using various compounds. For example, their star player, Compass Pathways, is already testing the magical mushroom ingredient psilocybin for treating tough cases of depression. Early results are looking very positive so far. Meanwhile, ATAI company Perception Neurosciences is pursuing a fast-acting antidepressant based on the trippy psychedelic phenethylamines. They're also exploring special ketamine formulas for mental health through companies like Cures and Inaris Bio. It's like a new generation of ketamine derivatives is being born. You can see ATAI as a psychedelic pharmacy developing next-gen medicines tailored to different disorders. And their lab techs are rapidly inventing and testing new formulas. Now, psychedelic research has a long road ahead, with complex clinical trials and regulatory hurdles before these compounds become approved medicines. Believe it or not, back in the 1950s, psychedelic therapy was actually a thriving branch of psychiatry. Doctors were using psilocybin and LSD to spark therapeutic breakthroughs in patients. But the political tides turned, and regulators banned psychedelics altogether, labelled as dangerous with no medical value. Only now are we entering a psychedelic renaissance, with science recognizing their immense therapeutic potential. There are still risks around safety, dosing, and even acceptance by mainstream medicine. But with proper protocols, psychedelics have proven remarkably effective in studies. For example, psilocybin generated rapid, substantial improvements in patients with severe depression, and ketamine is already an FDA-approved antidepressant. And I'll give you an example of a patient review to make this treatment more vivid for you. So after chemotherapy ruined her mental health, Mary felt suicidal. Antidepressants didn't help. But psilocybin therapy sessions lifted the darkness almost instantly. For the first time in years, Mary sensed joy and meaning all around her. She credits psilocybin for literally saving her life. Okay, let's dive into ATAI as a business and investment opportunity. This psychedelic medicine movement is just getting started. ATAI's founder, Christian Angermeyer, says psychedelics can transform mental health treatment and profoundly enrich lives. His vision is for these therapies to become fully integrated into mainstream healthcare, providing life-changing options to those who need it most. With a recent $225 million cash infusion, ATAI has the capital to advance their pipeline and achieve milestones. As their partner companies score clinical successes, ATAI's value could be something to look into. They've already got breakout stars like Compass Pathways showing strong phase 2 results for psilocybin therapy. Just imagine if psilocybin gets FDA approval, it would trigger a frenzy. Now, scaling up and getting complex psychedelic treatments through rigorous trials won't be easy, but ATAI has the capital and brainpower to navigate regulatory barriers. Psychedelics have already drawn billions in funding from major backers like Peter Thiel. The appetite is there to spark a new psychiatry paradigm. So for investors open to speculative moonshot bets, keep tabs on ATAI as a diversified psychedelic medicine play as this niche heats up. Let's tap into the inner wisdom of the great Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius to guide our financial journey. This Stoic philosopher ruled the empire with integrity for 20 frickin' years. Marcus's meditations revealed deep insights on life's meaning, gleaned from his extraordinary leadership trials. He knew staying disciplined and virtuous despite chaos creates lasting success. We can apply Marcus's Stoic principles to thrive in turbulent markets today. When gripped by fear, seeing investments crash, pause and recenter yourself. Focus only on what you can control. Approach portfolio decisions analytically, not emotionally. Let logic guide your strategy, not panic. Patience and discipline will see you through volatility. Blending Marcus's stoicism with financial savvy creates an unshakable mindset. You remain steady and open-minded amidst uncertain times. Equanimity allows you to seize opportunities. While markets will test us, Marcus would say a purposeful life arises from excelling inwardly each day. This leads to wealth no crash can take away.